The winners of Best Sound for Bohemian Rhapsody. Congratulations, everybody. We have John Casali, Tim Cavigan, Nina Hartstone, Paul Massey, and John Warhurst. Please come up on stage. Congratulations, guys. This is fantastic and, you know,
thank you.
Expected, I think.
Easy for you to say. Yeah.
Where on earth do you start with creating a soundscape for a film about Queen?
John.
Johnny.
Well,
Johnny.
We always knew that Live Aid was
Completely off mic, John.
You have to
Come on, you're sound guys. You should know this.
No, I'm going to shut.
There we go.
So we always, when we first saw the script and saw that the film ended with Live Aid, we knew that that was going to be the big scene. We knew that was going to be difficult to create. One thing that you can go on YouTube and you can actually just click on a link and watch Queen perform the Live Aid set. So we were all discussing about what can we do that's different to just watching it on YouTube. That's when we started sort of chatting about how it was going to be filmed, how we were going to create it, and yeah, what we'd do. That was definitely the most difficult part, along with trying to work out how to sort of match the performance that Rami did, using whatever vocals we could find, which was Nina.
Yeah, so basically for Live Aid, it's all thank you, Sam. It's all Freddie's vocal, but we used pieces from Rami. Rami did an amazing job on set, obviously recreating Freddie's performance, and so it's Freddie and Rami that you hear in there just to tie it into his mouth.
As you've sort of touched upon, there is so much footage out there of Queen as well. So how extensive was your research? How much deep diving did you do?
Well, we were very privileged to be able to work from the original multi-tracks of all the live recordings from Queen and all of the archive material that they had. So that was a huge challenge just in itself, not to mess up the iconic Queen sound in trying to recreate it. And so we had an awful lot at our disposal where we could go back to almost every concert they've ever performed. It was great.
Do you have to approach a film differently when it is a musical compared to something else? And how? Why?
Yes. Well, because they're singing and normally they're talking at the set as well. So, but with this, we had to record Rami's singing his vocals. So it's a mix of herbs and spices to get it to sound like Freddie, but coming out of Rami's mouth. So you do have to approach it in a slightly different way. But these guys did an amazing job in post. I mean, no, amazing job, really. It's remarkable.
They did. It was
they
incredible.
They really did.
I'd like to open up to the audience. Anybody got any questions for the sound guys?
No.
Everybody's known as Nat.
Thanks, Mum.
Hello, congratulations.
Thank you.
This is obviously a difficult one, but you had a change of director halfway through. What does that do to production, and how did that affect your role in it?
We did have a change of director halfway through, but actually everything that the cast and crew was doing at that time, from 1 week to the next, there wasn't actually a lot that sort of changed really, because Rami and all the cast and all the crew actually just came back to work the next day and just carried on, and it literally did just sort of carry on without the sort of being much of a change, because it's those moments that you realise how many people are actually involved in making a film like that, and so we're only talking about one person that changed out of hundreds of people.
Thank you. Is there one more question here? Yeah.
Thank you. I enjoyed you were going to do the Freddie chant on stage, weren't you? Why didn't they go with it?
Yeah, exactly.
You mentioned obviously working with Brian and Roger here tonight. Just take us through that process, because as a sound guys, are they coming to you sort of questioning things or just offering up suggestions? Is it a healthy working relationship?
They were always on board with the whole film right from the beginning, and they sort of offered to let us go to the studio to have a listen to all their material. They've got a great team, Justin Shirley Smith and Josh McRae, Chris Fredrickson, who are their engineers and have an extensive knowledge of the archive, and they let us go to the studio and just literally listen through to lots of things. And so, and they were there right from the beginning, and then they were also there right in the final mix.
Yeah.
Working with
And that's I mixed the music for the film in post, and so for us it was partly an education to give to them to bring them into the theatrical world because they're used to the record world, obviously, and then my education was to get them to tell me how they wanted it to sound. So it was very collaborative and very pleasant, to be honest. It's great.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for joining us, and
Thank you.
congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh no, you've got makeup now.